Actually, it's a very big opportunity that I've got to share with all of you. I was sitting, I was sitting on a. We grew up with Maharaj, and we always had them together. So we were always sitting on a box of treasure all our life. We never bent down and saw what was in the treasure or where we were sitting. We never realized it unless we grew up. So whenever you think Shreekantji Maharaj has been a mama, he's been an uncle, he's been an relative, he's been a mother, he's been a friend, he's been a philosopher, he's been a guide. Through my journey of life, he's always been there with me. So there are few incidences where he's shown his swaroop or roop to me in whatever way I could describe it. So I'll just tell you, I've also grown up with a lot of doubts and why this happened and why this shouldn't have happened in my life. So I'll just and what was the answers which I got from Maharaj Shri, I'll just tell you few incidences about the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did not believe in any other god. We grew up in a family where Agnihotra and Maharaj Shri was the only god or religion for that matter. There was no disrespect for any other religion, but wherever we went to the temple, the only god we prayed for was Maharaj Shri. That's it. So I grew up on that philosophy. Whatever good or bad can happen, only Maharaj can do for us. And if somewhere in my brain was, if I look at some other god, might be Maharaj Shri will say tomorrow, why did you look there? So I will leave you. So I was very strong on that idea that I have to stick to my God. I cannot go to another God. And then it so happened I got married and I had pancreatitis, which was very critical. I was literally on the deathbed and I was very sick. My daughter was just 4 months when I went through this illness, and I was in an unknown town where it hit me, and I was like, all time low, why me? So the whole through my journey, my parents had to leave abroad, I was alone, and it was a struggle. So I had never struggled as a human being with a small child with me, and it was a tough time in my life, and the whole time during this journey, I kept on asking me, why me? If I was so close to Maharaj Shri, if I only believed in him, why did he make me sick? So this question was so much in my mind ki mala ka झालं हे? मला व्हायलाच नाही पाहिजे होतं. Why did I have to suffer so much when my baby was just 4 months old? I was on the deathbed. I went through so much pain. I had to struggle alone. There was a lot of these questions. मग का आपण हा रिलिजन करायचं? का देव फॉलो करायचं? मग आपण हेच केलं म्हणून आपल्याला काय झालं? म्हणजे doubts were there. Is my God right for me? Am I on the right track? Or am I doing which just because my parents told me to follow this religion, that is why I'm following this religion? See, it's a human mind. You have a tendency to doubt everything under the universe. Then Ai Baba came back from US, and then they took me to Akkalkot. In whatever state I was, I went to Akkalkot, and Shreekantji Maharaj told me, ask me whatever you want to ask. Now, he had that thing that I had a lot of questions in my mind. So he said, Gauri ताई काय विचारायचे विचारा. तर मी म्हणलं, महाराष्ट्री, मी तुम्हाला एकच क्वेश्चन मला विचारायचंय. तुम्ही मला आजारी का पाडलं? So see, because if you love somebody, you can ask questions. I'm a very straightforward person.
Yes,
I didn't question anybody else but Maharashri. तुम्ही मला आजारी का पाडलं? And so he looked at my face, and I still remember a very sweet smile he gave me, आणि ते म्हणले, गौरी ताई, हे तुमचे भोग आहेत. मी मनुष्याचा जन्म घेतलाय, तर तुम्हाला भोग तर भोगावे लागतील. आम्हालाही भोगायचे, तुम्हालाही भोगायचे.
Excuse me, please make it in English also later.
Yeah.
Subsequently.
So what he said was, yeah, definitely, Kaka. So he told me, Shreekantji Maharaj told me, see, you've taken a human life. These are what you say, blessings or whatever it is, bhog. I don't know how to describe that, but these are it is a part and parcel of human life. Karma which you are born with, and since you are born with these karmas, you have to in this lifetime go through these karmas or whatever is lived. And since I have also taken a human form, I will also have to live through whatever is written for me, and you will also have to write. But then my question was, then what is the use of guru? Okay, if I am born and I have to suffer, then why do I need a guru, or why do I need a god? As simple as that.
Yeah.
But then he told me that your guru is, I am here so that I see through that you have passed through that difficult times and you can come here and question me. That's why you need a guru.
So was this
I was
Shri or was
sitting
this
there.
Shreekantji?
Huh.
Was it Shreekantji?
Yeah,
or what?
Shreekantji Maharaj. Shreekantji Maharaj told me.
Okay.
Shreekantji Maharaj told me, I was sitting here to see that you come out safely unscratched through your journey of karmas. That is why I was sitting here. And then I realized what I had. The box of treasure was when I realized in a strange place, I got the best doctors, I got the best treatment, I got everything. I was not put on insulin. I was unscratched, and I came out unscratched. Till today, I'm unscratched. So you don't realize what you're getting because of Agnihotra, because of Guru. And he told me that this is so. You need a guru so that you come unscratched from your path. So that was a very big learning in my life. And then I realized ki nahi, आपल्याला महाराजांचं I have that in me. So blessings. So this was one incident. Then there was another incident which we've grown up like very naughty. We've seen Shreekantji Maharaj on a scooter driving, and then we've seen everything. So there was one more incident where there was some astrologer. You are a human being. You like to see astrology. You like to figure out what is where and what is going to happen next in your life. So me being me, I went to an astrologer to ask ki माझं पुढचं जीवन कसं आहे आणि माझं what is going to happen to me and why did this happen to me and when is this going to happen to me. So I went to this famous astrologer and I asked all these questions. So the astrologer said, "Nee, everything is good, but there is some puja you will have to do." Okay. So if you do this puja, then everything, whatever is going to happen, is going to only happen good in your life and nothing bad. So then I said, okay, fine. It was called Asarachi Puja. I have very little knowledge of any other religion except for Agnihotra. So whatever it was, I said, okay, fine, we'll go ahead and do that. Whatever puja that person said. Now Baba, being a very, subtly naughty child, my father, he told me, okay, fine, you go ahead and do Asara Puja. I don't have a problem with it. So we arranged everything, but only condition is before leaving for the puja, you have to go and meet Shreekantji Maharaj. So I said, why are you taking me there? So he said, see, if a patient comes, then I have to treat. But for your problems, you have to go there only. So I went to Shreekantji Maharaj. He took me there. And then we met Maharaj at his house. We talked and I said, okay, fine, I'm leaving. And he said, no, where is she leaving? Ask her. So then Shreekantji Maharaj asked me, where are you going tomorrow? I said, I'm going to Usmanabad to do this Asara Puja. So he said, why are you doing this puja? I said, some astrologer told me. And then he looked into my eyes. I still remember. He was so angry. He said, I'll tell in Marathi and then I'll translate. He said, हे सगळे देवी देवता जे तुम्ही समोर दिसतायत ना तुमच्या, हे सगळे आमच्या इथे आहेत. आणि he showed me feet. And he said, हे सगळे देवी देवता, सगळे जिथं तुम्ही कुठेही जाताल, ते सगळे इथे आहेत आमच्या पायाशी. So what he said, all the gods and goddesses, whoever you go to pray, you don't need to go there. They're all here at my feet. So he showed me that you don't have to go anywhere. This is where, and I'm telling you, from that day onwards till today, I've not tried any, stone, dhaga, ganda, astrologer. If you have already reached your God, your Vishnu avatar, why do you want to go anywhere else? So, in subtle way, he said, we all have reached a place where you take a lot of jalmas to reach. So we've already reached his lotus feet. We've always already traveled that journey. We've met him. And I think we should not doubt ourselves and not ask any questions because we've already reached where we are supposed to reach. So that was one more incident where he told me that you don't need to go anywhere. Everything is here.
Bhargavi,
Great.
And up.
sorry.
You get, while listening, you get goosebumps.
Yeah.
So approximately which year was it? This incident?
When my daughter was born in 2001, so 2002 was the incident when he said, "Aple bhoge dhogaicheच असतात म्हणून." That was 2002, and this happened in 2005. The incidents with when he said all the gods and goddesses, when he was sick. Shreekantji Maharaj was sick. I think 2006 it must be 2006.
Yes.
That time, I'd gone to his house in Pune. That time he told me this incident.
Talk about the
That
Balaji
state
trip.
of his physical.
Yeah, and then there was one very recent which happened to me. I'm staying in Bangalore for past 8 years, and I was in Hyderabad for 2 years. So every time I got an opportunity, people said we'd gone to Balaji. Why don't you go to Balaji? And somehow I was never attracted or never felt like going to Balaji. Never attracted. Must be because of my history, and I don't eat prasad. If somebody offers me prasad, I will not eat it. My mother gets very angry with me and calls me atheist, but I'm an atheist for Maharaj, so I don't eat prasad also. So, which is some problem here, so it's okay. But so what happened was, they said ki तुम्ही बालाजीला जायचं असेल तर then you have to ask for a mannat. Fine, then still lot of years passed, till up recently 2 years ago, then my neighbor said, chalo, we'll take you to Balaji. Since it was forced, they all told me, chalo, I went to Balaji. And then it was a line of 4.5 hours. We stood in the line, the whole journey, we went there, we walked up, we reached there. It was 4.5, 5 hours, we went to the mandir. And then everybody said, look up, you'll get split second in front of the god and you'll move out. You'll never remember the face of Balaji, you'll never remember the structure of Balaji, because Tirupati Balaji, you will just get 2 seconds to see the god. And then they push you out. That's the story behind whenever you go to Tirupati Balaji. So we went right at the Gabara, when at the entrance of the door, I said my Saptashloki and then I went inside. And I said, okay, fine, whether I see, because there was a lot of pushing, pulling. For us, God is never push and pull, but still we went inside. And you won't believe, we were 7, 8 of us. All of us were right there in front of Bhagwan Balaji. One lady came, she pulled my hand and she crossed the first chain and the second chain, and she took me right next to the right side of God. And she told me, you stand here. Balaji was right in front of my eyes, I was here, and somebody else pulled. That lady said, no, she said, you stand here and look at Balaji. I looked at Balaji from top to bottom, bottom to top, 2-3 times, and then I had like 2-3 minutes in front of Balaji. There was no rush, nobody told me to move. I was standing there, and finally when I looked up at Balaji, Balaji smiled at me and said, why did you come here with so much rush? I was meeting you there, no empty. What was the reason behind pushing and pulling and reaching here? And I had tears flowing through my eyes, and I looked at the lady who had pulled me and got me next to the door where only Pandits were there, and I was standing there. She had the same sari which I had draped for my son's munch to Sharda Mata's statue. The same color sari that lady was wearing, and she disappeared. In split second, I just saw her orange sari, the same sari, Maja Mulachi, I had given, and she disappeared. And nobody, neither my son, nor my husband, nor the friends which are, nobody were allowed there. I stood there for 2-3 minutes, and so I got my bala. I said again, I proved myself to be stupid. I was getting darshan there. So these are incidences, but whatever journey of life is, we should always be thankful that we have a protection with us.
Yes.
And we are all blessed people. Through thick and thin, I've been in Godhra, I've been in floods, I've been through hell of a lot places, but I've always remained unscratched. just because Shree's blessings are there and he's there behind us. So even for a moment, if you think, why me? Don't think you're alone. Even if in a ditch you've fallen down, please don't think why you're there. When you look behind, your Maharashtra will be right there next to you in the ditch. So you'll never be alone in life because you've reached here. That's what my personal experience has taught me. And I think, thank you so much for giving me enough.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very, very nice.
Very nice.
We thank you for sharing, Gauri.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, do come and share more
Yes,
whenever.
absolutely.
I'm sure there are a lot more. So whenever you have time, we would love to have you.
But if you can think of any more right now, you're welcome to.
Yeah, even now, if you can think of something, you're very.
Yeah, I can tell you one more thing. I have so many of them actually. It's something jovial. I'll tell you. We were raised in very English convent kind of atmosphere. The Marathi was never our forte. And I got married to, Baba and everybody we went to Akkalkot and they said ki Gauri is getting married. And then they asked Shreekantji Maharaj ki, so Shreekantji Maharaj told me, Gauri Tai, tell the name of your husband and the surname in one shot. So it was Gauri Kshirsagar. Now I can say it. But ते म्हणले की तुला शार्दूल क्षीरसागर म्हणायला 4-5 वर्ष लागणार आहे. So there was a lot of. Then I had very complicated pregnancy, and throughout the pregnancy there was a lot of complications. So Shreekantji Maharaj told everybody in our house की तिची ज्यावेळेस डिलिव्हरी होणार असेल त्यावेळेस जप करा. सगळ्यांना सांगितलं की जप करा, तिचं पूर्ण सर्जरी होतो जप करा. Baba forgot, Mummy forgot, my uncles forgot, and everybody forgot to do jap. And then when my daughter was born, Baba called up Shreekantji Maharaj to say Gauriची डिलिव्हरी झाली. तर महाराज म्हणले मी जप करत होतो गौरी ताईंसाठी. He was the only one who did jap. आणि आत्ताच जप संपला. त्यांनी पूर्ण माझी सर्जरी होतो श्रीकांतजी महाराज जप करत होते. It's a blessing, you know. Every part of our life is blessed.
Yes.
Correct.
So many of them are there, but
yes. Yeah, it's strange. Like when we think, like when you started saying, we both also have had so many that it's like wow, you know, like. So I think one of the things we should do is record and keep. Later if they want to, like Rekha Apte has done a great job with this. She actually interviewed a lot of even my parents and all. She can't find it right now, but she's composing a book. The book won't be out until Raja Bhau says it's the right time, but she asked us all to share a few things. But you know, we can't, there is so much to share, like your experiences. We have been through so many. It is like a flashback, like in my pregnancy too, in so many other incidents. That
in retrospect, you know, now we feel
new house.
Yeah. And yeah, this is like small desires, how your God fulfills for you.
Yeah.
Is that Baba had padukas in his stuff. How do you? And my mother always felt ki since Maharashtra was very sick, so Baba picked up our आमच्या घरचे paduka, whatever paduka we have in our house. Baba gave it to Shreekantji Maharaj to keep it with him because to pray for his daily annik. So my mother had this doubt in her mind always ki ata will we get the padukas back? Because since we've given it to Shreekantji Maharaj, will we get it back? So she had this doubt, and in this doubt she kept on saying this to Baba and me, and then she left for US. And then Maharaj had to go back to Akkalkot. So he called me, Gauri Tai, tumi ya ani paduka घेऊन जा. And you won't believe he said the exact things. He said, thank you for sharing your padukas with me. म्हणजे my mother question was as it is answered by him as if he had heard it, and he said, and then he said, what is we just walked in and to take the padukas. So he said, you can't take it like this. You have to have a proper protocol to take the padukas back home. You have to get prasad, you have to get a har, then you have to have one gadi in front who will take. So he was the one who taught us how to take it back also. And then Padya Puja also, Baba had to go because somebody was very sick. And then Padukas were going to come to our house. And then Mummy said, who will do the puja now? Because Baba is not there. Shreekantji Maharaj said, I will do puja with Gauri. And me and Shreekantji Maharaj together have done Padukaji puja. Because, so there are so many occasions. And then always I thought Shreekantji Maharaj should come to my house. Once at least. So I kept on telling Baba, ki Baba, ekda tari Maharajana माझ्या घरी येऊ द्या ना, एकदा तरी. So he said, Shreekantji Maharaj is very sick. He's not allowed to go anywhere. And I don't think he'll be able to come to our house. I was almost 8 months pregnant with my second child. And my only desire was only for a minute, Maharaj should come to my house. So he always told me, it is not possible, Gauri. Shreekantji Maharaj is very sick and not possible. One day so happened that Shreekantji Maharaj had to go to some treatment in army hospital. My house was on the way and the doctor there said that the next test will be available 2 hours later. And then Baba called up and said, Maharaj is coming. So in the rush, I made a upma for his breakfast and I forgot to put salt in the upma. And so Shreekantji Maharaj enjoyed the upma. He told Sai help out and look after everything. Or everybody had come. And then later they said, Gauri, te tumi kha. And I ate and it was horrible upma. And then he told me how humble and loving he was. He told me, Changla sala Gauri, te good you did not put salt in it. I had to go for my pressure test only and it could have come high.
Oh.
So there's so many of them. It's a blessing to have them. That's a box of treasure, You don't need anything else in the life. It's the only treasure we have.
And he was so humble. I mean, he came and stayed with us here in the US many times, And in retrospect now, knowing what we know about him now, because he acted just like another person and we have no clue as to what he was.
Next door person.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Actually, and very subtly he showed his root. Very subtly, you could even, now when you think back, you realize Kiti, like in a flash he could give you what he was and then he would disappear, that kind of thing.
See, we bought this, they call it jungle gym for our older son. He was like 2 years old something. And Shreekantji helped me assemble that with screwdrivers and all that kind of stuff. So looking back on that.
Wow. We also have so many, and like you said so well, it's such a treasure. Like if we just think of all the experiences we've had and how he has taken us through certain were not so good days and how he has brought us to the other side unscratched, like you said.
So Dr. Sahib, so we must have some great good karma accumulated over multiple lifetimes to have someone like...
I'll just add one small incident what Gauri has told. That Shreekantji has all these sort of powers bestowed by Shri. One day, he was doing some puja near that Vrindavan in front of, Shri's place, and he just called me. I went there, and he asked me, did you receive some upasana from Shri? I said, yes, Shri has given you upasana. Then he told Shreekantji that we have all the mantras, including the very basics of Ayurveda, which can help a person rejuvenate or a dead person can be alive. Those mantras, I got it. And then, he was mentioning that the process is later on I came to know that you have to ask for it. And I didn't ask. because but anyway, good thing. I would have misused it. But what I'm trying to tell is he had all the things which he had later on when he was sick. So early in the morning, some fellow who cleans the whole thing, he came out, hospitality fellow, and touched his feet. When he was in the bed, lying on the bed. We had to look at him. I'm lying down in a bed, in a desperate situation, and he's taking darshan of us. I said, he's an honest man. He's touching your feet, physically. We are selfish people. We are in the mind. We want to touch your feet. But he was very. I would say, apparently, despite the fact that he was sick and all, he was beyond that. Much beyond that. Ever powerful. Ever, I think he was an image of God, and which he did not like it to be mentioned and all. He never wanted people to touch his feet also. So always, he used to tell us, tell everybody that don't touch, But it's always, if somebody wanted, he said, go, take it, Maja, good. But like we didn't understand whom we were talking, whom we were meeting. See, of course, everybody of us had that due sort of a respect and all. Shreekantji, none of us could realize. But who's in front of us. Now we realize that we missed a great opportunity, He had been blessing us. He gave whatever he wanted to everybody.
Yes.
Without us knowing who is he.
He wheeled. He kept his divinity under wheel.
Yes.
All the time. Never. So many times he stayed with us. We never ever. I mean, we always knew he is definitely, some avatar, definitely has to be Shree's son. But he never let anybody he used to come out, eat pizza with us, and he said, sometimes I used to think they touch everything, but he never complained or said anything.
Yeah, once he wanted to give us some message, and he said, in his own words, he said, tell common level, we were thinking about moving to another town. This was many years ago.
No, to Atlanta.
We were in two minds as whether we should or not. It's a silly thing, but then he, for some reason, we had called him, and he said, by the way, dhadas karun ja, kalji karu naka. And so there was the end of it, no more discussion.
No, he had a very subtle way of telling things. Like he told Baba, Abhijit is going to stay in US way back. Even before Abhijit went, he told it.
Gauri, here I contradict with you. Gauri, he had subtle ways also. He has, very openly told you that all the deities are at my feet.
Yeah.
He told me and I can still see his
and you are lucky to have that opportunity,
मी त्यांचं एक खूप रूप बघितलं. अजून एक इन्सिडेंट आहे, आता बोलल्यानंतर लक्षात आलं की I was born in an army atmosphere and I got married into a civil atmosphere. So for me, understanding the civil culture, understanding the things there, I had a lot of inhibitions and I had a lot of doubts and I was very scared. How will I? Because I was not very good cook. I did not understand the ways things move or ते डावा हात उजवा हात सवळं ववळं मला काही माहित नव्हतं, like clean slate. So I was very scared whatever was happening. And then one day I went and told Maharaj, everybody was sitting there and I told Maharaj, मला खूप भीती वाटती, म्हणजे असं. आणि महाराष्ट्री सुद्धा समोर मला सुद्धा ठाकरची भीती वाटते, सासूबाईंची भीती वाटते. मी म्हटलं मलाही
हे कोण म्हणाल? महाराज श्रीकांतजी
महाराज मला म्हणले की मी म्हणलं मला खूप भीती वाटते, ते म्हणे मला सुद्धा वाटते.
I think for Shekhar we should speak in English.
Yeah, so what he
Yeah,
said
yeah,
was,
we should.
I'm
We
also
should.
scared.
I am fine. I think I understand little bit Marathi, but
I
I
know.
can understand few of things. But
No, no, but
Narottamji is
let us
also.
mention our protocol. Let us
Yeah,
keep
sure.
it in English.
I like the flow because she's very studious and she's saying things from her heart. So
Yes.
you don't want to stop her. No, if majority of the population is understanding the conversation, that is more important.
Just hello.
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just saying that, see, understanding two cultures were very difficult. So we were just having this friendly chat with Shreekantji Maharaj, and I was telling him that after getting married and getting into a new house, understanding the systems, I'm very scared of people around and things around. And then he looks at me and very sweetly says, I'm also scared, Gauri. So I'm scared of my mother-in-law. He says, I'm also scared of my mother-in-law. It's so cute. And then you realize who are you talking to? Now you realize that who are you talking to? So then the fear is gone because then after that the fear was never there for anything. For that matter, they didn't do anything
Melted
wrong.
away.
Yeah.
There's also the record. There's a Puzar Sahib, somebody had given something and he said you'll have darshan of Siddhivinayak. Puzar Sahib slept, that whatever was given to him, and he had a darshan of two Shreekantji and Shri. He came and narrated this to Shri. She also told this written in the book, Param Sadguru. So she told him he's also Ganpati.
Yeah, yeah.
Shreekantji. You mentioned, no, this. There's so many
It's
things.
mentioned. It's mentioned.
And I don't know whether I should tell or not, but one day he had come to Delhi for some work and he was with me. In the morning we were walking. Suddenly he stopped. And he said, I would like to tell you something. Not because that you should come and touch my feet, but I'll tell you a secret of my, coming to this world. And he told that, he told something. So then, I just flabbergasted, And despite the fact he didn't tell me to touch, I went and touched it. I just touched his feet, nothing else I could see. So, he was something, as Gauri told, we are sitting on a treasure box, we never try to open it.
Yeah.
But same benefit, everybody is getting by doing Agnihotra.
Yeah.
One did not feel left out, that they did not have this pleasure or the charm of meeting in person Shri or Shreekantji and all, Rajavu. I think doing Agnihotra itself gives you all the benefits, all the sort of enjoyment, all the sort of experiences what everybody of us have got.
Yeah. It give you, for that matter, I always feel that it gives you a strength to fight your battles. Wherever you are, whatever you are, each daily, whether it's a war or it's a small battle or it's a small, whatever it is, Agnihotra gives you the strength to fight your battles, and it also gives you the strength to say, okay, I lost a few, it's okay, I won a few, it's okay. So that's what Agnihotra teaches you at the end of the day. You can't win all the battles, but neither can you lose all. So you just have to wait for your turn.
It gives you equanimity.
Yeah.
This was like 8-9 years ago. Rajabhau and I were, he was saying, maybe Sra was there, I'm not sure. But anyway, he said fairly recently, as of then, he had walked into the, that big hall, Shivananda Swami's Samadhi, that hall. He was there by himself and suddenly he heard loud laughter. This was fairly late in the evening or late at night. And so he was startled and he turned around to see who was laughing. And Shri was sitting on a stool as always. Shreekantji was sitting at his feet. This is long after Shreekantji had taken Samadhi. And Shri telling Shreekantji look, why do people say we are, we're not here anymore? We are right here. We never went anywhere.
Wow.
Yes, all of us have these treasures that
Yeah. True.
it's so difficult. Like, and you feel so blessed that and when we meet other people, right? Like we went somewhere and we met people who are not they're not part of our and when we look at their mindset or we feel their lives are so like a little shallow, like they don't have what we have, and we feel so blessed. Like it's very different. Yes, we'll be in Shukri from 23rd. So we are looking forward to our stay, and of course we'll meet Gauri. I don't know if you'll be in Pune or Shukri. I hope we get to meet someday. You are such a amazing.
Sure, definitely. I'm in Bangalore right now, but let's see if I come to Pune, I'll definitely.
Yes. I'll send you. We'll be in Pune. We are leaving this Tuesday, so we'll be in Pune from Thursday to the 16th. We'll be in Pune.
Okay.
So let me know if you are coming. I'd love to.
Sure, I'll try. If I come there, I'll definitely.
Yes.
It was a pleasure meeting you all.
Same here. And do keep on coming and do keep on sharing.
Yeah,
Shiv is here in Shubri with me. Shiv.
Oh, nice.
Shiv came 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, he was with Rajan, was sitting just half an hour ago.
Wow.
And he mentioned about our group, how it is growing and how it is consistently being attended by people now. It's growing gradually. That is what. So Rajan was very happy. Yeah, I heard about it. That is what he said. And then he invited also. She invited him also.
Wow.
Whenever you come to US, please let us know in advance so that we'll make some arrangement. And,
of course.
Of hosting you and hosting great meetings. So he said up to September 25, I am tied up. I'm very much tied up.
So it'll have to be next year.
But he was happy about our group. He said, yes, I heard about it. It's doing well. That is what he said. Just an hour ago.
Yes. Girija, when he keeps all the updates to him, I share with her. She gets, because he's so busy. So, so we were hoping they come. But, it's really nice. We are all growing. And every time, that's what I feel like, one more person to start Agnihotra. So yesterday we were at this local Shivgaon Gajanan Maharaj group that we go once a month. So there a lot of people now know that we do Agnihotra. So one lady came yesterday, Swati, and she said, the other day I was feeling I should do some yajna. And I thought of you, and then I want to see Agnihotra again, So I said, great. She lives quite far, but then we just do video call, So I said, and since we are leaving for India, but I said, we'll do a video call today for the evening Agnihotra, and then I will give you the website and you can get started. And from India also I can help you when you get started. So, every time I feel like one more person, if they start.
Narottamji, you have anything to say? Anything to share?
Oh,
Namaste.
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 Good to see you.
Same here.
Anything? Yeah.
So, just one update. I shared this with Jajuji also that I had a goal of introducing Agnihotra to 108 families here. So I'm tracking 107. One more to go.
Right.
Very good. Very good. Hats off to you. Yeah.
I'm also trying to get them to attend this meeting, 7 a.m. meeting every bi-weekly. A lot of them.
Splendid. Please go ahead. Yeah, splendid.
Yeah. Sure. So through the process, I'm generally an introvert, but I think God just wanted me to come out of my shell and share a few things. So it was a good learning for me, and also I don't think we are capable of doing any of these things. Shri himself does it through us. We just become instrumental. The more we become instrumental, the better it is for ourselves and for everybody else. We loosen our definitions and we become malleable. That way, I think God can mold us the way it is beneficial for us, the way it is beneficial for the world. So we tend to lose the
Or rigidity.
rigidity, exactly. Rigidity of our personality and just, assume. So we tend to be more useful. We tend to do what is required for the world rather than getting stuck in our own definitions of who we are and so on. So a lot of good learnings, through the whole process, and I'm very grateful. I actually have, Shree's book that I'm reading right now.
Yes. Werner Metzer.
Sorry, sir. I didn't hear that.
Written by Werner Metzger?
Yes. The German Werner person. Yeah.
Metzger.
It's a great book. So for someone from Germany to really write this, I'm extremely surprised and right now the state I am in, I actually just blissed out. So one thing I always wanted to understand is how did Shri really think about regenerating Vedas, because it's a huge task. And Agnihotra, I'm just sharing whatever I felt without any filters. So Agnihotra is just a process, 10-minute process in the morning, 10-minute process in the evening. How will that regenerate Vedas was a question that I always had. I'm still trying to understand what that means, but one thing, reading his book and actually going through this whole journey of spreading the message of fire worship and Agnihotra, one thing I realized is that there is a sankalpa that is working through us. It just needs to manifest, and all we have to do is just surrender to that sankalpa, and the sankalpa will take over us. So to that extent, I was able to understand how this will work and what is our role, what is my role particularly. Just another incident that I would like to share here. There is a Shirdi Baba temple close by, and I was, about a month ago, I was very, as we read these books, we try to, mull over what is our role. So I was very, I would say, directionless in some way. There is so much work to do. What am I supposed to do? It was a deep thought. And I went to the temple somewhere. So within the temple, there is Baba, Shirdi Baba's statue. Then there is Hanuman statue. And then there is Shegao Gajanan Maharaj statue. So the three statues. And recently they had a Shivalinga also. So I was sitting in some corner and praying to God. What is my role? Help me understand. And suddenly somebody came and he woke me up from my meditation, and there were like 300 people in that hall. I almost had tears knowing not what to do. There is so much work, and how can I contribute to that work? And then suddenly somebody woke me up, and he was like, wear this dress and come fast. There is a procession going to happen with Padukas. So in Shirdi, there is this, these people with red dress, they hold a staff and wear a, hat and walk before the procession. I don't know if I'm able to explain this, but this, in front of procession, there will be people who hold this staff and walk, right? So, yeah, I have a lot of experiences to share, but there is some revelation, right? So there's work happening, and your role is just to, you just keep doing your work, and it will happen. So, and through the process, whatever questions you have, you just surrender those also. Whatever doubts you have, you just surrender. So I think, we just have to give up our inertia and just keep doing work. There's a lot of inertia that we create within ourselves, and I don't think that is required. There's a path laid out. We just have to tread it. Take that first step and keep taking that step every single day. I think it will happen, but I'm still exploring. It's a great journey, and thanks to Jajuji for, in some way we met only few times, but he has, contributed a lot to who I am. And we met his family. Me and my wife met Jajuji and his wife 2 months ago in India. My wife was so impressed with Jajuji's wife, and she almost learned the Sri Sukta. She's practicing every day.
Oh, wow, nice.
So we got an opportunity to practice Sri Sukta Havan also in their house.
Yes.
So,
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you
this.
for sharing.
thank you.
I think you have well understood the meaning of Agnihotra, and the deeper meaning is surrender. Complete surrender is the ultimate goal.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yeah, just understood. It's great.
So you should say Sharanagati?
Yeah, Sharanagati.
Yeah.
Meditation?
Yeah.